on.
Oh no, no
There we
problem, man.
go.
Thank you guys for inviting me.
Okay, sweet, sweet. So, first of all, I mean, let's just get this started. How are you doing? How are you doing through this coronavirus pandemic, everything that's going on?
Yeah, it's tough, man. Like everybody else, it's obviously what's going through is it just sad. It just hit the whole world, not
Mm.
just the sports world, but it just hit the whole world. But I've been trying to, just trying to stay positive as much as I can. But yeah, I saw the news and also I see what people going through and stuff. It's definitely tough.
How important is that positivity during a time like this?
I mean, I mean, obviously we gotta be realistic, but same time, like if you turn on the news, you watch what's going on and everything, it's definitely put you in a bad mood. Of course, there's a lot of
Hmm.
negativity and stuff, but so I think like especially like these times, you gotta do whatever you can to always, stay positive. You gotta, bring positive energy. You gotta be that glue guy to, just bring
Right.
people together. So it's tough,
Mm.
man. It's heartbroken.
Now, you guys are pro athletes. Obviously, you guys do a lot to stay in shape. But
Mhm.
I mean, what are you doing right now to stay in shape? How are you and some of your teammates staying in shape if you can?
I mean, we all hoping if it's of course 100% safe, man. We all hoping that I hope the the season will continue if it's safe for everybody. But so we still
Hmm.
don't know when is it going to be if it's going to continue. But we've obviously some of the players have big house, have little gyms and stuff in there. But like what I'm trying to do is
Right.
trying to do like a lot of push-ups, a lot of crunches. Actually, Celtics been doing an amazing job. They actually calling every player on FaceTime and they trying to make sure that everybody was doing their workout.
So they're
So they've
checking in
been
on
on
you guys.
point. Oh yeah, we actually we actually have this group, the video calls that everybody is on.
Hmm.
Then the strength coach jumps in and saying, okay, you gotta do, 30 push-ups, you gotta do 100 crunches, you gotta do this and that. So they trying to make sure that if when the season continues, we are in almost as much as just the best shape we can.
Okay. Now, going back to where the season was, where did you feel like your Celtics were in terms of figuring it out at the right time? I mean, obviously a playoff push was coming about a month
Right.
away. You guys were sort of starting to figure it out. Where do you think you guys were with that?
I mean, if you look at us, if you compare like first of all, beginning of the season, man, there was a lot of haters, a lot of doubters. They said, "Oh, we lost this guy, we lost that guy. We are not gonna be even like in top five, top
Right.
eight, whatever." They were like, there was so much talk, right? And I was just talking to
Hmm.
some of my teammates, some of my coaches. I'm like, you know what? The best response is we just go out there and play the best we can and prove them wrong because you cannot let all those distractions outside to distract you. Haters gonna hate. You can't do nothing about that. But the best thing you can do is just go out there, you know, just best thing go out there. Just gotta go out
Right.
there, play hard, play smart, and have fun with it. And then right now, if you look at them, we were in a third spot, and we're almost about to get the second spot. But just
Hmm.
it was amazing to see how much improvement we got during the season.
Now, when you look at in terms of if the NBA does come back, like are there concerns for you personally? Obviously, there's bigger worries right now than basketball.
Right.
But when you guys do come back, whether it's next season or this season, are there concerns for in terms of getting back into game shape? Because I know you made a comment the other day about how much
Yeah.
time players would need to get into shape.
I mean, if you look at the real competitors, right, we all want to go out there, of course, finish the season if it's all safe and healthy. But if we, just be realistic, if we rush it and get back on season, if we jump straightly to the playoffs, a lot
Hmm.
of players will get hurt because we are not in game shape. That's why the training camp, that's why all the the practice games that we play,
Hmm.
preseason games that we play before the season. So if we jump straight into the playoffs, and that's like the games like we either play or you either win or go home. So you got to give everything you have. You got to give
Hmm.
100%. So it's like it's very tough to just jump straightly into playoffs. So you need at least few weeks to get back in, not in game shape, because the only thing that will get you in the game shape is the game, you know. So I always say we
Right.
at least need like
Now,
a few weeks to get back.
right. Now, in terms of one of the fan favorites on the team, Taco Fall.
Yeah,
I think fans everywhere love him.
yeah.
Why is that, first of all? And then what's something about Taco Fall that you can share that we don't know about him?
So I remember first time I watched him on the summer league, right? I told one of my
Hmm.
I going to be a rock star, not a superstar, a rock star. Because I mean, obviously, not just his basketball. That's his first year. He's a rookie. He was just getting better. He was learning the game and he was getting experience. But like with his character, with his how good of a teammate he is, always bringing positive energy, amazing locker room guy.
Hmm.
Always, just you need a guy like that in every team because like when the team goes wrong, he is the one that puts smile on people's face. But one thing I'll say about Taco, man, that people don't know, he actually trash talks a lot. He doesn't cuss, but
Really?
oh yeah, oh my God. Like in a practice, like when we like play those like one-on-one games and stuff,
Hmm.
he is trash talking to everybody.
Without
It
cursing.
shows with whoever he played against. But
Hmm.
that shows a lot of confidence. I mean, as a rookie, that talking so much trash to other players, I'm like, where did that confidence come from? But he's good, man. He's having fun. He's learning. He's one of the best organizations. He's in the one of the best organization in the league. So it was amazing to see him grow for sure.
Now, I know this is a tough one because you put him on the spot here, but when you guys go out of the practice, have you ever, dunked on him or give him a little elbow here, welcome to the league sort of moment for him?
I didn't dunk on him, but I kind of dunked right next to him. But I've been talking. I mean, yeah, obviously
Okay.
the guy is like 7'5". He can dunk without jumping. But like me, I'm not the most athletic guy in
Right.
the league. So I dunked. I remember in one practice I dunked right next to him. It wasn't on him. I'll be honest. But I was talking about it the rest of the year every time I saw him. But man, I mean, not many people are just he got games, man. He got soft touch. I mean, obviously, guys is 7'5", but I think he's gonna be a pretty good player in this league.
Okay. Um, Obviously, the season was cut short, but do you have a favorite moment from the season? I know there were a lot of ups and downs for in the NBA and outside the NBA, but do you have a favorite moment so far?
So, are you a Lakers fan?
No, I'm not.
Okay, good. But I will say, I say my favorite moment was it was against the Lakers at a home because like that game was obviously the Lakers and Celtics rivalry every year. So whenever
Right.
they come to Boston, it's like the whole city shuts down. It's all about that night, and then
Right.
they come to that Boston that night were beaten by like 30 something. I'm like, what got into us? I mean, obviously,
Right.
I know we were gonna go out there and play hard, but like we beat them by 30. It was definitely one of the best game we had.
Now, obviously the Lakers Celtics rivalry, but there's another rivalry there within the teams with you and LeBron. You guys have had your exchanges over the last couple of years. Was there any extra motivation in that game for you going up against him?
I mean, obviously, I mean, I let me tell you something, man. Me and him had a beef, whatever, long time. But I'll just say this: obviously, I respect the guy for sure, and on and off the court, what he does for the
Hmm.
community, giving back, everything, it's amazing. But obviously, that's like the best player in the world. So you gotta do everything to get under his skin and try to try to distract try to distract him. It never worked. He always dropped his
Right.
30. He always dropped his 10 rebounds and 10 assists and
Right.
30 points. But obviously, man, it's amazing to just see him, you know, go against him.
Well, you said the other day, what's a king when you've taken down dictators? So,
Well, that was more of a shot to the dictator that
yeah.
the Turkish dictator. So
Right. Okay. Well, speaking of LeBron, I mean, who is your MVP this season? Because we're down to. It seems like before the season ended, we were down to pretty much Giannis and LeBron.
ooh,
I know you
yeah.
have teammates who you obviously have to support, but it seemed like it was down to Giannis and LeBron. Could you pick one?
Ooh, that is a tough question, man. It's a very tough question. But you know what? Man, hold on. Um, I will go with Giannis, man. I will still go with Giannis. You know, LeBron's been doing amazing. Like
Okay.
it's crazy how LeBron plays in his 17th year, but I'll go with Giannis.
Okay. Good pick. Now I want to talk about your favorite Kobe moment because this week marks the 40th
Right.
anniversary of his final game as an NBA player. Obviously, we have his passing. Do you have a favorite moment with him on the court, or maybe you guys shared some words right after a game, something like that?
So when I got drafted, actually, he came to Turkey for some kind of Nike event, and me and him was
Hmm.
involved in the same event, and then we actually talked probably like 10 minutes, right? And I introduced myself. I told him, I just got drafted and stuff, and he gave me some tips about about NBA, about the game, about the basketball and stuff. And then my first regular season game was against Lakers at Staples Center. So I remember it was right before the
Cool.
game. We just, got warm up, and then I got subbed in, and Kobe turned around and said, "What's up, Enes?" I was like, "Man, Kobe Bryant knows my game." I did not care about the game. I was like, "Kobe remembers my name. That's amazing." But he ended up scoring like 40 something points, I think. It was crazy. But I think like to just my first regular season game to go against him and then just seeing him dominate, it was it was amazing.
Is that a moment you can say you were sort of still starstruck even though you were in the
Oh
NBA?
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's crazy because like I'm like, okay, I'm an NBA. I'm gonna about to go against him. I'm like, no, I don't care. I'm about to go against the best player in this world. It's amazing.
Right. Now, um, you've been on multiple teams with great fan bases. Obviously, Boston now. You have the Thunder, the Knicks as well, the Blazers. Why
hmm
do fans love you so much when you're there?
I mean, you just gotta be real with the fans, man. You gotta be loyal, because like I mean, for me, it's all about because like we are all entertainers, right? And
Right.
I I try to do best I can to just interact with the fans, try to bring joy, and try to just post some funny stuff and everything. But
Mm.
like I said again, man, to me, just the city and the fan comes first. And with now the Celtics fans, I will say they are the closest to college fans because college fans are just crazy and they always up,
Yeah.
they cheering, they will they will do everything to win the game. I remember when I was with the Utah Jazz, I remember the coach, the first thing coach says when we play against the Celtics at Celtics, they said, "Do not let KG and do not let the fans get into your head." That was like the first talk the coach always say, "Don't let those
Mm.
two get into your head."
Wow. Now, are they the best fans in the NBA right now? I know you have to lean towards them, but the Thunder have always been rocking with you. I think Thunder fans still rock with you, even though you've been to three teams since
Oh yeah,
then.
they do. I mean,
Blazers fans were big fans of you.
they all good, man. I mean, the Blazers fan, we went to Western Conference Finals, and it was amazing because after
Mhm.
20 years, 19 or 20 years, we went to Western Conference Finals. With OKC, we went to a conference again, up 3-1, lost 4-3. You know the story, but it's everywhere I go. Knicks fans, always obviously, it's it's amazing to just see the celebrity row. I remember stop watching the game. I was like, okay, which celebrity came today? I was like, oh my gosh, this celebrity came. This celebrity came. It's just amazing because every team has a different taste of it for sure.
Is there a celebrity that had you starstruck more than others? What's the most memorable one you have?
Yeah. Oh man, I remember Shakira came one time. I'm like, okay, it's over. I'm like, Shakira
Shakira.
probably. Oh yeah, Shakira. I'm like, okay, I'm not watching the game anymore.
So you enjoyed the Super Bowl halftime show this year?
I actually did not get to watch it.
What?
I know. I didn't get to watch it. Everybody was talking about it, so I didn't get to watch it.
Damn. Okay, well, you play with a lot of talented teammates, a lot of guys who have, brotherhood who's your favorite former teammate that you have? Not current now with the Celtics,
Right.
but favorite former teammate.
Man, it's a tough question. I would probably, you know what? I'll
I don't
probably
want to put
say,
you on the spot, but
yeah, yeah, no, you're good. I would probably say Steven Adams or Russell Westbrook, because I played with those
Steven
guys
Adams. Okay.
yeah, I played with those guys 2.5 years. I mean, especially after that, 3-1 battle, we became like brothers. It was just
Hmm.
amazing to see those, especially those two, just they always, especially Russell, man, he's one special person on and off the court. I know like people, might be very tough on him sometimes, but he's an amazing, amazing person, very amazing character.
Can you give us an example of what makes him so amazing to you?
It's like, people just don't see the Russell that his teammates see. People always see,
Hmm.
oh no, people always, see like, oh, it's so hard to play with him and everything. But no, he actually makes himself better and he makes everybody else better around him. And this guy,
Hmm.
he got so much edge in him, and that's why he will do anything to win. And for him,
Right.
it's all about going out. It's like going to war. You cannot talk to any other players that you're going to play against. You cannot look at him. It's all about going out there and just destroying. But like the same time, this dude is like he eats gummy bears. He drinks Snapple in a plane. He plays 2K. He's a very chill dude. He plays 2K and he's actually a jokester. He's actually makes a lot of jokes, laughs a lot. So people don't see that side of Russ, but his teammates sees it.
You guys still keep in touch, obviously, with everything going on.
Oh yeah, we do. Yeah,
Yeah.
with Steve and I, we still do. With Russell, we still do. So we all cool. Yeah.
What's the let's say the craziest shot that you've been able to see live? Maybe a game winner or just a shot in general.
Oh, that's an easy one. Damian Lillard, the craziest shot
Dame.
ever. Because like I remember, so we played against OKC, right? And obviously it was my all team. And
Hmm.
that game that the Dame hit the shot, I dislocated my shoulder. I'm not dislocated, sorry, I separated my shoulder.
Hmm.
And I'm like, if we don't win this game, I'm not gonna play the next game, right? I was praying, and
Hmm.
I remember Dame just, I never seen anything like that before. I remember him taking that crazy shot against Houston Rockets. I was in Turkey watching the game. I'm like, man, this is probably the craziest shot I've ever seen, right?
Right.
The one I think it was like 6 years later. Now we play against the OKC. He took that shot. I'm like, okay, this is no other shot can beat this shot.
Yeah, it was like a 37 footer. I mean, everyone. I mean, Paul George
Uh,
even said after it was a bad shot.
Paul George. It was over Paul George too, one of the best defenders in the league.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
people say it's a bad shot. It's actually he works on that shot a lot. That's the
Does he
thing. Like
really?
people think like it's a bad shot, but like when I get to Portland first time, right? He was working on that
Hmm.
shot in the practice. I'm like, what is this dude doing? And then when the series started, right? He started hitting those shots. I'm like, this is wild. I never seen anything like this before. That's why they call him the logo Lillard, I guess. You know,
Yeah. Is there anyone whose work ethic in the NBA sort of stands out to you from what you've seen at practices and games?
I'm trying to think. I probably see probably one of the hardest players that work. I'll probably say I got two players that works that it's on a different level. I would
Hmm.
say Jalen Brown and CJ McCollum
Okay. Okay. Now,
because I would
what
say
about them
that
specifically? What do you see?
because I mean those two like I come with a facility. Those are always the first one in a gym. Obviously, I mean they're not a rookie, right? So they don't need to come in early. But you see
Hmm.
those two always come in the first one, and then when we have 2 hour practice, and then right after practice they still want to play 1-on-1. They still want to do some kind of like 5-on-5 or 3-on-3. So I'll probably say Jalen Brown and CJ McCollum is one of the hardest working guys that I I work practice with.
Now, Mamba mentality. Who's got that Mamba mentality in the NBA? Best
Russell
one.
Westbrook.
Best one you can name.
I'll say Russell
Westbrook.
Westbrook. Oh yeah, well, for sure. I'll say Russell Westbrook.
Um, there was a video I saw earlier from September where you made an appearance on Raw and won the 24/7 title.
Oh yeah.
Why don't you tell us about how that was? You came to MSG. You already signed with the Celtics at the time. I don't think They play that, and then you won the title. You zipped it down in Jersey. What was that like?
So I played for the Knicks, right? I never thought I am going to win a I'll say championship before the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. That's that's pretty interesting. That was pretty interesting. But it was funny because I mean obviously Celtics and Knicks are kind of not right now, but back in the day it was a rivalry. But I will say
Right.
no, I came out with the Knicks blue, right? And
Hmm.
then everybody was like, some of the people were booing still, but other people were cheering. And then, obviously I pinned the guy and I won the 24/7 champion. And, I revealed it and it was a Celtics jersey. I was like, man, I probably was the most hated guy in New York that night because I saw like the booze and everything. I was like, this is so wild. This is so crazy. But it was fun because obviously I want to become a WWE wrestler when I'm done with my career. So for me, it was an
Really?
amazing
Okay.
start. Obviously most famous arena in the world, Madison Square Garden, to go out there to wrestle with one of the professional wrestlers. So for me, it was a blessing for sure.
I believe Rob Gronkowski, former Patriot, who won the award days ago at WrestleMania. Uh, Two
Yes.
Boston guys just keeping that title for themselves. What's going on there?
Hey, I know it was Rob. He Gronk actually wrestled at WrestleMania before, so he was into WWE before. So now when
Hmm.
I heard the news that he was about to join the WWE, I wasn't shocked at all. And then he went out there and just won the title. I'm like, that's good, good for him. Boston always be winning. I actually tweeted that. I'm like, that's Vincent stop. Vincent Poirier just actually just saying, telling me to shut up.
Oh, you never read the comments. Um, one more for you about your team though. With Jason Tatum, how's Jason Tatum as a teammate in
Mhm.
terms of his growth? Because he's really made some strides this year.
Right. I'll tell you this. Probably a lot of people will tell you the same thing. I never seen a player, right, got so much better compared to beginning of the season and now. If you see his growth, it's amazing, especially after him being a first time All Star. It was just amazing how much confidence he got. He put the whole, not the team, the whole city on his back and say, okay, this is my team now. This is my city now. And I'll say this, especially after Tom Brady left the Patriots, I will
Hmm.
say it's Boston is Jason Tatum's city now. And
Wow.
yeah, obviously he's 22, but he's handled the pressure amazingly. He's handled the pressure well. He just want to, man, he's an amazing teammate, man. He just want to go out there and just, he's playing hard, he's playing smart, and he's having fun. And if you see before the league shut down, if you see the last 15 game that he had after All Star, I never seen nothing like that before. He was averaging like 30 something points.
Yeah, I think he had that big game against the Clippers as well,
Oh
the
yeah,
overtime
true.
game. That was a big game as well. A couple quick fire rounds for you here, just to close this out. You're known sort of for your cheat days. What's your favorite
Oh
cheat
yeah.
day food?
Oh man, it's a tough one now. Whew. I'll probably say either burgers or something sweet, man. I'll go with anything. I'll go with ice cream.
Okay.
I'll go with chocolate. I'll go with any kind of pies. I'll go with chocolate cake. I'll go with anything. But if you say like a meal, I'll either say either pizza or burgers, any kind.
Well,
It don't matter.
how many how many like burgers can you eat in one sitting?
Oh man, I never tried that before. If you're talking about like a Big Mac, I can probably eat like eight of them, I think. Eight, between
Eight Big
10.
Macs.
Depends on the day. Depends on the day.
Wow, that's pretty crazy. Okay. Instagram or Twitter?
I'll I'll go with Twitter. I go with Twitter.
Okay. Um, Favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Actually, I'm a big Harry Potter fan.
Really?
Yeah, big Harry Potter fan. I'll actually get to when I was playing with the Knicks, I actually had a chance to meet with the guy. I'd probably say one of the most humble actors I have ever met. Daniel Radcliffe, one of the most humble guy, man. It was amazing.
Uh, three favorite players in the NBA today.
Three favorite, you mean like the arenas?
Three favorite players to watch. Three favorite players to watch.
Oh, players to watch. Oh man. Um, probably now the rookie Ja. I'd probably say
Cameron.
he's so fascinating to watch, man. I will say him. I will say, of course, I'll put LeBron in there too. And I'll say when KD is healthy, KD. I know, there's so much hate. I know people are thinking like we got beef and everything. I'll probably put the KD there too.
Do you have me still?
I mean that's what people thinks, man. But obviously, when the season, of course, when I go against him, I'm not gonna like the guy. But when the season is over, when the game is over, I got no problem with him. He was my teammate.
Right. Right. Let's see. What's your WWE top three all time? Since you're a WWE fan.
The reason I was in WWE was obviously Undertaker. That is my favorite for sure. I'll probably put Rock. I'll probably Rock in there too, and then God, the third one. Ooh, that's a tough one. Third one. There's so many of them. You know what? I'm gonna. I don't want to say the third one because there's so many of them, but I'll probably put Undertaker and The Rock the first two.
Okay. What's the first thing you're doing after the quarantine ends or the self-isolation time ends?
Oh man, I want to go to a restaurant, man, because like it's so crazy. It's like my best friend is Uber Eats guys. Whenever they come, just because we're in quarantine, I want to have a conversation with him because I don't see many people. But whenever the quarantine over, I want to go to a restaurant and eat a huge meal, man, because I know the home is cool. You can play video games and watch TV and everything, but you want to be able to go outside.
Are you into TikTok yet? I know a lot of NBA players are getting into
I
TikTok
am
right now.
actually. Yes, I am.
Really?
I've been actually doing, yeah,
Okay.
the last probably 2 weeks, I've been doing a lot of TikTok videos.
Okay. Interesting. Are you gonna team up with any guy on TikTok videos?
Now I actually would love to do with Taco because I will probably be in a TikTok famous in like in a week if I do with Taco. But right now, not right now. Probably when the quarantine is over, for sure.
Okay. Okay. I got just one last one for you before you wrap up. Your all-time top three players, or let's say top five players all time.
In any position, right?
Any position you want.
I'll probably put MJ up there. MJ one, LeBron. You know what? I'll put LeBron there too. LeBron.
Okay.
I'll put Hakeem. Oh
Jordan Hakeem.
man, I put Hakeem. God, there's so many. I'll probably put Magic,
Magic. Okay.
and for the love of Celtics, I'll probably put Larry there.
You got
I
to
got I
squeeze
gotta
himself
I
there.
gotta I gotta put one. Yeah, I gotta put one Celtics player.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Well, Enes Kanter, thank you very much for joining us. We really appreciate it. We hope you stay safe. We hope all the fans are staying safe too.